The Simpsons predicted these events would happen. The Simpsons have been a fixture in popular culture for over 30 years, captivating audiences with their unique blend of humor, heart, and social commentary. Despite the ups and downs of the show's quality over the years, it's undeniable that The Simpsons has left a lasting impact on our collective consciousness. But The Simpsons is not just a source of entertainment, it's also proven to be eerily prescient when it comes to predicting real-world events. From the rise of Donald Trump to the proliferation of smartwatches, The Simpsons have consistently demonstrated an ability to forecast the future. Some fans even speculate that the show's writers have access to a crystal ball, or perhaps some kind of time-traveling device. Regardless of how they do it, one thing is clear: The Simpsons is much more than just a cartoon. It's a cultural touchstone that shaped our understanding of the world around us, and it will likely continue to do so for years to come. The Simpsons predicted these events would happen. Horse Burgers, Sweet Seymour Skinner's Song, 1994. Who would have thought that The Simpsons could predict a real-life scandal involving horse meat being sold as beef? In an episode that perfectly captured the often unappealing nature of school lunches, Lunch Lady Doris is forced to make burgers using meat from a container labeled assorted horse parts. While the idea of eating horse meat might seem repulsive to some, it became a reality in 2013 when a scandal broke out in Europe involving the discovery of horse meat in a variety of beef products. This event, which caused a huge stir on the internet, was eerily reminiscent of the situation depicted in the Simpsons episode. It just goes to show that sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction, and that The Simpsons has an uncanny ability to predict real-world events. So the next time you're watching an episode of the show, be sure to pay attention. You never know what prediction might come true next. Ebola, Lisa Sachs, 1997. Curious George is a beloved children's book character known for his mischievous adventures and curiosity. However, in the world of The Simpsons, a 1997 episode featured a storyline in which Marge offers to read Bart a book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. While this may seem like a strange and unlikely scenario, it actually had some basis in reality. At the time the episode aired, Ebola had not yet made its way to the United States. However, in 2014, the world was hit by a major Ebola outbreak, and the US was impacted by it. This outbreak, which originated in West Africa, resulted in over 28,000 confirmed cases and more than 11,000 deaths. It was the largest Ebola outbreak in history, and the first time the disease had spread to urban areas, making it difficult to control. It's worth noting that there is no real book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. The reference in The Simpsons was likely just a joke or a nod to the then-recent movie Outbreak, which depicted a fictional Ebola virus outbreak in the US. However, the real-life Ebola outbreak of 2014 served as a reminder of the importance of preparedness and the need to be vigilant in the face of emerging infectious diseases. To the Lemon Tree, Lemon of Troy, 1995. In Lemon of Troy, the Simpsons find themselves in the midst of a town-wide feud after their prized lemon tree goes missing. With tensions running high between Springfield and their rival town of Shelbyville, Bart and his friends decide to take matters into their own hands and embark on an epic quest to retrieve the stolen tree. As they journey through the countryside, they encounter all sorts of challenges and obstacles, including a menacing group of bikers and a treacherous river. Along the way, they draw inspiration from Greek mythology, using their wits and resourcefulness to overcome each challenge. Despite the comedic tone of the episode, the premise of a lemon tree being stolen is not entirely far-fetched. In 2013, a lemon tree in Houston was rumored to have been stolen in a similar fashion, although it was later revealed to be a hoax. However, a woman in Madison, Wisconsin did report that her real lemon tree had been stolen years later. Whether it's a fictional town in a TV show or a real city in the United States, the theft of a lemon tree is no laughing matter. It takes time and effort to cultivate a tree, and the loss can be a significant blow to the owner. However, as The Simpsons show us, With a bit of determination and teamwork, it's possible to overcome even the most difficult of challenges. Blinky Three Eyes Fish, 1990, due to pollution. Mr. Burns, the wealthy and corrupt owner of the Springfield nuclear power plant on The Simpsons, is no stranger to environmental wrongdoing. In one memorable episode, Bart Simpson goes fishing and catches a fish with 3 eyes, a clear indication of the pollution caused by Mr. Burns' plant. While this may have seemed like a far-fetched allegory at the time, it actually became a reality in 2011 when a fisherman in Argentina caught a 3-eyed fish that had been mutated due to contamination from a local power plant. The shocking incident serves as a reminder of the real-life consequences of neglecting the environment and the importance of taking action to protect our planet. Justice for George. The viral photo of The Simpsons that circulated online in June 2010 sparked a conversation about the enduring relevance of the long-running animated series. The image, which shows a police officer taking a knee on a black man as Lisa Simpson holds a sign that reads "Justice for George," was shared widely on social media, as people claimed it was a prediction of the tragic death of George Floyd and the protest that followed. However, a closer look at the image reveals a watermark with the signature of Yuri Pompo, the artist behind the piece. Pompo, which typically posts uplifting and cheerful drawings on his social media, used his platform to send a powerful message about police brutality and racial injustice. His drawing, inspired by The Simpsons, serves as a reminder of the enduring power of art to spark important conversations and inspire change. Smartwatches. Lisa's Wedding, 1995. Step into the world of Star Trek and The Simpsons, where the future is now, and technology is constantly evolving. Imagine yourself strapping on a sleek smartwatch, just like the ones seen on the wrists of characters in Lisa's Wedding, a futuristic episode of The Simpsons that aired all the way back in 1995. These advanced timepieces serve as more than just a way to keep track of the hours, but also as a communication tool, connecting you to the world around you with just the flick of your wrist. But that's not all. Star Trek has also predicted numerous futuristic technologies that have come to fruition, solidifying its place as the ultimate predictor of the future. The Grease Racket, Lard of the Dance, 1998. Have you ever heard of the term cooking oil rustling? It may sound like something out of a Wild West movie, but this illegal activity has been happening in the real world for some time now. The concept was even featured in a 1998 episode of The Simpsons, in which the character Homer comes up with a scheme to steal fryer grease from a nearby school and sell it for profit. But it turns out this wasn't just a wacky plotline on a popular TV show. When oil prices went on the rise, people began to actually steal used cooking oil from restaurants and other food establishments, filter and process it, and then resell it at an inflated price. This illegal trade, known as cooking oil rustling, became a major issue in some parts of the world and led to the creation of laws and regulations to prevent it. The practice of cooking oil rustling highlights the lengths some people will go to in order to make a profit, even if it means engaging in illegal or unethical behavior. It's a cautionary tale about the consequences of breaking the law and the importance of ethical business practices. So the next time you hear someone talking about cooking oil rustling, you'll know it's not just something out of a TV show. It's a real and potentially serious issue. Hamburger Earmuffs, The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, 1998. Professor Fink is known for his wacky and weird inventions, but one of the most memorable has to be the Hamburger Earmuffs. In a 1998 episode, Fink was spotted wearing a pair of earmuffs designed to look like hamburgers. Don't worry though, these earmuffs are not made of actual meat patties. In fact, you can now purchase your own fabric hamburger earmuffs from online retailers like Amazon. These novelty earmuffs have become quite popular since they first hit the market in 2010. So why not add a touch of absurdity to your winter wardrobe with a pair of hamburger earmuffs? Autocorrect, Lisa on Ice, 1994. Are you tired of constantly having to correct the mistakes made by your phone's autocorrect feature? Seems like no matter how hard we try, our phones just can't seem to understand what we're trying to say. But as it turns out, even The Simpsons predicted this frustration all the way back in 1994. In the episode Lisa on Ice, school bully Dolph tries to write "beat up Martin" on his Newton tablet, only for it to autocorrect to "eat up Martha." Talk about an embarrassing mistake. But it's not just us mere mortals who have had to deal with the annoyances of autocorrect. Even the engineers at Apple had to contend with this pesky problem when developing the iPhone. In fact, they used to joke about avoiding the "eat up Martha" pitfall in their own conversations. So next time you're frustrated with autocorrect, just remember that even The Simpsons and engineers at Apple have had to deal with the same issue. At least you're in good company. Lady Gaga's 2017 Super Bowl halftime show. In a 2012 episode of The Simpsons, Lady Gaga is shown performing a high-stakes, gravity-defying stunt during the Super Bowl. This was an exaggeration of the real stunts that Lady Gaga was known for at the time. However, a few years later, in 2017, Lady Gaga actually performed a similar stunt at the Super Bowl in real life. Was she trying to one-up her depiction on The Simpsons? It's amazing to see how accurately The Simpsons has predicted events in the real world, and this is just one example of many. Next time you watch an episode of the show, see if you can spot any other predictions that have come true. Video phone calls. Lisa's wedding, 1995. As the world continues to advance at a rapid pace, it's amazing to look back and see just how much technology has changed in a relatively short amount of time. Back in the 90s, the idea of video calls seemed like something out of a science fiction movie. But in today's world, video calls are a daily occurrence for many of us. In fact, it's hard to imagine life without the ability to connect with friends and loved ones through video calls. The episode Lisa's Wedding from the popular show The Simpsons actually predicted this technological advancement, showing Lisa using a video phone to call her mom for advice. While the device in the show may have looked a bit different from the video phones we use today, it's still impressive that the writers were able to predict this technology. As we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible with technology, it's exciting to think about what the future may hold. Who knows what incredible advancements we'll see in the world of video call technology in the years to come. Regardless, it's clear that the convenience and connection provided by video calls are here to stay. President Trump. Bart to the Future 2000. In a Year 2000 episode, Lisa Simpson is revealed to be future President of the United States. But it's not just any presidency. Lisa inherits an enormous budget crisis from none other than President Trump. Yeah, you heard that right. The Simpsons predicted the rise of Trump to the highest office in the land, but don't just take our word for it. Even Simpsons creator Matt Groening has admitted that he never expected Trump to actually become president. As for Groening, Trump was chosen as a joke because he was the most absurd placeholder joke name that we could think of at the time. But as we all know, reality had a different plan. Can you believe it? The Simpsons prediction that shocked the world.